Hello, welcome to the Honest Wargamer. I'm your host, Rob. Today, we're going to be doing a quick news update for all of you Age of Sigmar fans. That's right, you, me, some other people, who knows. Age of Sigmar is a great game, but unfortunately, it occasionally needs a little bit of a plaster sticking over it when it gets poorly, or when some armies get a little bit too strong, and these are called FAQs. And they're put out on the Warhammer community site. And we've got some FAQs up today, which is pretty exciting. We're still waiting for Soulblight Gravelords and the Ossiarch Bone Reapers to get some FAQs and also clarifications. But here we can see that today, as you can see, 10th of April, they have updated a couple of different books with some FAQs, as these books have just come out. Kharadron Overlords, Hedonites of Slaanesh, Blades of Khorne, and the core rules for Age of Sigmar. And we are going to talk about them in this video. I hope you enjoy it. If you do enjoy it, like, subscribe, share, those other things. I do have a Patreon. Please feel free to join the very barbecue-focused Discord that we have there. Okay, so what's the first one we're going to talk about? Well, it's probably the saddest news in the world. And let's talk about it. So this is the core rules, Warhammer Age of Sigmar General's Handbook Pitch Battles. Now, if you are playing General's Handbook missions, or what we call tournament play, then there are only certain publications that are allowed and are legal. For example, at the time of recording, the Seraphon book, I guess, is out, as in it's been on sale in the FOMO box. However, it's not match play legal until it goes, well, at least at Warhammer events. At my events it is, because I'm not an idiot. But, like, it's only match play legal at Warhammer events when the whole book comes out. So this is where you can find the clarification on which units of War Scrolls are legal. For instance, I don't know if you know this, but Warcry and also Underworld miniatures, so Warcry warbands and Underworld like gangs or whatever they're called, can also be used in games of Warhammer Age of Sigmar, and you can also find the rules for them here on the Warhammer community site. So if you want to go check them out, some people don't know that. However, they've updated what books are legal in this little document here. No, that's Kharadron Overlords. In this little document here, the General's Handbook Pitch Battles 2023. And this is sad. Overlay sad music, etc. This is sad. Pitch Battle Publications 2023 Season 2. Remove Compendium Monstrous Arcanum, excluding Warhammer Legends Monstrous Arcanum, from the list. Okay, what does this mean? This is the saddest magenta text in the history of time. Well, to quote my friend Dave Fraser, here he is on Twitter, this rogue idol, while a miniature that you can used to legally be able to play up until today in your Uruk Warclans army, is now illegal. He is, if you use him in a game of Age of Sigmar, then he is an illegal immigrant into that game, yeah, or something similar to that. He is illegal, he is a criminal, and not playable, effectively. Yeah, so send the rozzers. If you see someone with a rogue idol, please call the police, call Games Workshop, so that they can send the Pinkertons to smash people's rogue idols. That would be, I mean, that's just what you have to do. That's what I didn't say that they were illegal. Games Workshop were like, illegal. So you must send them to smash the rogue idol. Other miniatures that are affected, I know, is the Dreadsaurian. So you must also smash your Dreadsaurians now. The Troggoth Princess, as we affectionately nickname her, she is also now illegal. And must also be smashed upon, deport the idol, smash the idol, deport the Troggoth Princess, and the Khorne Dragon as well. The Khorne Dragon is also illegal. Now, this is actually quite sad, as you can imagine, and I know I'm having some fun with it, but I would think, and if you are out there and you're like, wow, like that very expensive miniature that I bought from Games Workshop very recently has become unplayable in match play games, I would say that you have a very fair reason to feel very disgruntled and upset. That's super. I would say that that's fair. It's one of those incredibly frustrating things that Games Workshop do without really any communication as to why. It wouldn't cost them very much at all to maintain your purchase or like keep your purchase valid for several years, especially as they're still selling Skaven Salts that they made 75 years ago. And then they produce new rules for them very simply. It doesn't. I mean, it's just a PDF. That's all it would take. So sad times for the Monsters Arcanum. I think that, like, I know this is a rough way to start this particular vid, but I mean, they're just there and it sucks. So I would be disheartened as the owner of, I've only got one Dread Saurian now, 2 Rogue Idols. My friend Nathan, for his birthday a few years ago, I bought him some Squig Gobbers as a, the big, massive Squig. It's sad. So I'm not really sure. Like, I mean, they also made those War Scrolls terrible in the game, so you couldn't really play them. So there was that. But anyway, R.I.P. Please leave your comments. And also, I would love to, for me personally, if you ever got to play with your Rogue Idol or against a Rogue Idol, or play with your Dread Saurian or against a Dread Saurian, or any of those things, tell me the story in the YouTube comments. I want to read them. It's kind of like an obituary section for for your miniatures. It sucks. I'm sorry. So after recording the video, I kind of just went onto Twitter as I normally do, and I thought I would just showcase like what an emotional effect that this FAQ has had. Peter Atkinson, who runs a really great blog called Plastic Crack, if you want to go check it out, has tweeted Forgeworld. By the way, this is just my organic timeline on Twitter. Forgeworld owners support thread. What can we do with these $300? Don't forget this is in Australia. Paperweights. Troggoth Hag is too big to be used as a Trog boss. Colossal Squig would surely be unstable as a Mangler base. Who knows what to do with the Rogue Idol? Any ideas? I'm currently stumped. Trog, literally called Trog. Good night, sweet dank dame. Trog always remembers our long walks in the dank hole together. Trog never forget you. Sad face. I think, here's another one. Here's another picture of a Colossal Squig running away and just being sad. So, we're going to look at the FAQ for the Hedonites of Slaanesh. Okay, and there's quite a few little changes here, some of which need some clarity and some of which didn't. The important bit is that they definitely haven't clarified how the dice, the temptation dice, work for units that are off board. That's quite important. They haven't clarified that, especially things like Ungol Raiders. I do something off board. You give me a temptation dice. Do I take mortal wounds off board? And if I do I then have to take a battle shot for a unit that's off board? Very confusing. They haven't done that, so there you go. But they have clarified some stuff. I'll go through it really quickly. Is a retreat move caused by Phantasmagoria spell simultaneously with piling and attacking? That's just some clarity. We needed that. Can I use the figureheads of the Dark Prince ability more than once in each hero phase? No. That's a really good change. Super positive. Does the Bladebringer's Slavering for Sensation ability modify both the effects of Soul Scent ability? Apologise. Affect that causes the mortal wounds and effects that add the attack characteristic of the unit's melee weapons? No, it only modifies the effect that causes mortal wounds, which is also excellent. Good little change. If 2 different friendly Lords of Hubris use the You First, I Insist ability, which is legitimately wonderful, 2 Slaanesh armies, 2 Lords of Hubris, you first, sir, I insist. No, you. No, you. No, you. They have indeed changed this. Well, they've clarified it, which is the enemy unit can only attack the Lord of Hubris that used the You First, I Insist ability last. So I say you first, I insist, and then I use You First, I Insist, and then whoever went second with You First, I Insist. So weirdly, even though it's You First, I Insist, it's whoever You Second, I Insist. So whoever did it last goes first. So if you can't be first, be last, but if you are last, you are first. Easy, right? It's only between 2 friendly ones. Yes, exactly, as I just stated. I offer a temptation dice to my opponent and they reject the offer. Is that a temptation dice still lost? Yes, that makes sense. And then there's a couple of little other erratas here. One about the Bladebringer Herald of Hellflare, which is really good. Nice change. And they've also clarified Lord of Hubris, You First, I Insist, and they've kind of rewritten it. Mesmerizing Mirror Gaze, no, not into its depths. Change the final sentence to this ability has no effect on friendly units, which is nice to see that change as well. So overall, not really any balance updates, just some nice little bits of clarity here. Slaanesh players, I'm sure you've got some thoughts. Do leave them in the comments below. Love to hear it. This is the best example I've got for what's just happened in the Slaanesh FAQ.
If you ain't first, you're last. You know what I'm talking about? That phrase, trademark, not to use that tradition of Ricky Bobby.
The final one is that they've done some clarity on the Kharadron Overlords, specifically getting out of boats. And unfortunately, the very worst thing, they've FAQ'd what happens with the Tusk Helm. The Tusk Helm is a enhancement or a unique enhancement you can take in this GHB that you can put on a Galician champion, and you roll a number of dice equal to your charge roll. So if you roll a 10, you roll 10 dice. For every 4+, you do a mortal wound. We call this like an ogre charge. However, you used to be able to, or at least you could, rules as written, I guess, have a Tusk Helm Galician champion inside of a boat, so a sky vessel like a frigate, charge it in, get the guy out, and then potentially also do mortal wounds. It did need FAQing, that's fair, but again, just picturing the Titanic and Rose on the front of the Titanic with a helmet made of a spear, yeeting herself into the iceberg and doing mortal wounds was just a delightful image that they've deleted, which is boo. So that's been got rid of, which is a shame. Okay, we hate fun here. They've also then clarified, because that's too strong, but then they've clarified that the etheric fumigators inside units of Thunderers get to roll. If you have a double reinforced unit of Thunderers, so 15 Thunderers, you'll have 3 Fumigator units, and that means you'll be able to do 3d3 mortal wounds at the end of combat, which is legitimately dumb, but whatever. So there you go, some clarity there. They haven't clarified that you can't just delete your opponent on the first turn with all of your Thunderers. So that's a shame. So overall, like some just clarity on some stuff, nothing overly major in any way, shape, or form. The loss of the Tusk Helm is sad. The worst bit of news, though, obviously has to be the disillusionment or the devolvement, the devolution. I don't know what to call it anymore. But that's it. We've Brexited away from the Monstrous Arcanum. We're no longer allowed it. It's seceded, or we've seceded from it. I don't know what it is, but it's gone. And that's sad. It's over. No longer can we have fun with giant Troggoths with big old boobies. A big rock monster. Pull one out for the Dreadsaurian. Pull one out for the Khorne Dragon. It's been purged. It's gone. And honestly, it's time to riot. I think that's the right way to describe this. Let's not take this lying down. Never shall we forget the day. The 10th of May, they ruined the game. Although, actually, Age of Sigmar's in a great place, actually. I was just reading about OBR this morning, was like, God damn, this is a good book. Super fun, really engaging. Then I was reading stuff about Soulblight Gravelords recently. Great book. BC Chaos, great book. So the game's actually in a great place. I actually don't even want a 4th edition. I'm having a great time. The book's great. The community's wonderful. The games are engaging. The SAS Online is hilarious. It's a wonderful game right now. But you can't play rock monsters in it anymore, which is sad. So anyway, I hope you have a nice time. Don't know if these FAQs have affected you. Just a little update from me to you. Don't forget, playing games is fun. Hope you enjoy the games with your friends. Thanks for listening to us, Wargamer. See you.